All right, that was awkward. Vigilante wins here on the second episode of the Primetime Kings with my man 24/7 Fusion Media and Fast Steven Seagal. How are you guys doing?
I'm crying.
Uh-oh.
Doing good.
Sad. Were people mean to you online?
Oh, people are mean to me all the time. I just don't do it.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm joking. I thought you were doing the Kevin Smith thing because people were mean to him.
No, that mean I'd be lying if I said people were being mean to me all the time.
Oh.
See what I did there?
There you go.
I'm all right, actually. It's like you're really quiet.
Yeah, I'm good. Just
Yeah.
trying to figure out what the hell's going on with this camera, but I'm straight.
Yeah, you sound quiet
Far
though,
away.
like your mic.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but like it doesn't come through clear. It just sounds like you're like Steve said, far away.
Yo.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
Well, we can sum it up like this: it's just another week, another series, another. I got it right here.
Yes.
Do you guys think that the way Hollywood, streaming services, and all type of mainstream media, whether it be comic books, TV, movies, anything, has now gone to the point of making content viable for content creators to create hate flick reviews as a form of advertising, subliminally manipulating? We might think it's been making us money, but it's making them 10 times more money. Do you think?
Absolutely. 100%, 100,000%.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean that, and that's, I haven't really, you put it in perfect words. And you took it a level deeper than I thought, because I didn't necessarily think about, they want the heat, because that's why they do things. But I've been thinking like, man, we're so focused on the negative. I do feel, because hello, Snow the Poopus and anyone else in the chat watching this live or in the playback. I do feel for the true He-Man fans, especially the normies. Like, I saw this coming like a mile away, because Kevin Smith has been dead to me since he made Batman piss himself in a retcon of a Batman Year One scene. I'm just like, you're shitty for that. And he as eccentric as Prince was, I remember he told the story about he told the story making fun of Prince, but in the story, Prince flew him out and gave him a check to film stuff. So it's like, you're making fun of somebody who paid you and is this legendary musician just to get a pop with fans. He has that. He's going to he's going to talk shit about whoever's not in the room to whoever's in the room personality. He just has that fake phoniness energy. So I already knew Kevin Smith, but I know there were normal people who grew up as He-Man fans, who didn't know, who don't, we're clued into everything. Like you said, Steve, a lot of us, I think, are being manipulated into hate clicks, but there were fans who had no fucking idea this was coming. They were just, I'm going to show my son He-Man because I grew up on He-Man. Those people I feel for completely.
I have a second thing to add to this. Do you think now, because we are eventually being used as an advertising forefront for this type of, I guess, content that they're making, whether it be He-Man or Thundercats Roar or like the She-Ra that was before, do you think that people that do this because it gets the money, have we become as selfish as Hollywood?
It depends on what you're doing, because like with this, and because of that same energy, I didn't make a video on it. I didn't make a video on this. I talked about it during live streams, but I didn't make it. I wasn't going to toss a video out there because I felt, one, I didn't want to be fake outrage, because I'm not. I like the He-Man toys. I grew up on them like everyone else. You know what I mean? I had the He-Man toothbrush holder as a kid, but I'm not going to act like I was a diehard. I'm not going to act like I got a He-Man tattoo across the chest and I've seen every episode. And I knew what Kevin Smith was. So this was an obvious bait and switch. And I said it months ago. I've said it months ago on stream. So I already knew it. So to me, this was just, to it was just another Tuesday, but I feel for the people who it wasn't.
Because it's more like the people who actually got the wool covered over their eyes. But yeah, I went in with no expectations. Yeah. I went in because the animation looked cool. I was like, all right, I'll give it a chance. And I went through all 5 episodes, and like there were things that I found kind of irritating with, and it's not like I didn't even think about the Kevin Smith lies and the Clownfish TV. I got out of that first. And I was focusing on it. And it was like the first episode, death. Second episode, anger. But no, it's like there's only 5 episodes for the season. There's supposed to be 5 more coming out. They broke it in half.
Yep.
Now, I don't want to say like everyone else because it's not. It's just like I'm not disappointed with it, but I'm not also happy with it. The parts that I criticize are the parts that seem to be overly thrown in your face, and whether or not it's supposed to be a different alternate version of the Masters of the Universe or whatever, the product placement and all the things with his face, all of everything makes it seem like He-Man is no longer the hero of the story, the hero of Eternia, along with all of his allies that help fight with him. He is now no longer a toy, but just a face stuck on a cereal box. And I think that's where an underlying hurt comes to fans who are expecting something fantastic. And then you add in the Kevin Smith filter afterwards, it multiplies other aspects. And then you got the guy at Netflix who's calling the shots. And then you start seeing that not only is he calling the shots, but Kevin Smith is now this verbal punching bag in a cycle of blaming everything and everyone else and minimizing his actions because it's someone else's fault.
Yeah. And well, in a way it is. You heard that he apparently wasn't that big of a writer on the series anyway. It's kind of just a figurehead.
Right. A producer. So
yeah, similar to the Amelia Clark thing in that comic. She didn't write that.
Thank God.
Probably would have been better if she did.
Not really.
I
don't know. I can't say. But like that's it. I'm not actually angry. I'm not angry at anything. I'm not even disappointed. I'm just bothered by aspects. You know, like I like you don't hate a person, but you hate the actions they do. It takes a lot of their actions to come to be like you think of them as vile. It's the same thing with this show. This is going to have a trickle effect at the same time. The 5 episodes are going to be under a lot more scrutiny. When they did the Smodcast, I watched parts of it, and it was not only pompous and condescending in how he was talking about the people that didn't like it. He was passing the buck. Orko jumped in, and you just killed my love of a character that actually was delivered fantastically. Her connection with Cringer. His connection, sorry, and Cringer especially, like you got Evelyn and Orko, they get along so well because they had a storyline right there. They didn't need to focus on the resentment of a lie from He-Man and Prince Adam that Tita was all butthurt about. They could have, like I said this before, they could have focused on one thing. Magic is dying. Eternia is dying. The outlying planets are dying. Magic users are dropping what sides they're on to team up to save magic. And the thing is, there's the story arc, because this would have affected She-Ra down the line, wouldn't it have?
Yeah, because they're supposed to be in the same universe, right?
So if magic is dying and everything else is being affected by it, you would think a kingdom would come together to save all life, not get angry over a simple lie. And that's where this whole thing bothers me, because it doesn't feel like a story. It feels like it's not even a reluctant hero. It's a reluctant bitch. And it's a waste of characters, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I don't think I don't think if you like it, that's the thing. That watch it for yourself. Get your own opinion. I'm never going to say you're an evil person because you like it. That's not my place. That's your opinion. But I find something wrong with it.
You know what's an ill thought? I just looked at something that Wes Moody said. Just imagine after this, since they're not greenlighting that bullshit ass She-Ra, just imagine they give She-Ra to fucking Kevin Smith and see how she turns out, right?
This is all done to different rights, so that's the whole thing. Though the reason why this is made and the other series was made and all the product places made is because they're running out of time with the rights for these properties. Because whatever happened in the contract, it was like it fucked everything up. So that's why they're pumping all this shit out to get the last bits of money before they lose rights and they can't get them back. They're not doing this to save the rights; they're losing the rights.
I did not know that.
And actually, that would kind of make sense for Netflix not to give a fuck about, how whether we like it or not, because if they're trying to put out a last minute product, in the nick of time, just so they can make some money off of the shit, and have the people are gonna come in and they're gonna tune into He-Man. They haven't seen He-Man since what 2009 or something like that. So, and then plus this is supposed to be the continuation of the original series, which started it all. And then as we all know, that was first. At first it was a toy line, then it became a cartoon. But the thing is, it was able to solidify everything that they had put into the toy line. It brought all that to life, and they put a story behind it, and that's what us as fans have been running with for the last almost 40 years, close to. Yeah. And it's like, and then now, I mean, and think about this, man. He-Man has traveled around and been a part of DC Comics. Marvel has wrote him. I think Image had their hands on He-Man for a little bit. So basically, He-Man's been passed around all these different, comic book companies. And the thing is, none of them have even came close to pulling the shit that we just saw in the show. And it's like, damn, just think, for He-Man to have survived all this, just to end up like this on this Netflix series, damn.
It's like what Disney did to the EU. If you look at it, they got rid of the EU, but they didn't take into consideration of the lore already built. And with this one, like I was watching that Kevin Smith shit, and there was this one part where they had this guy named Banff come on, right? He pop up in the middle at the bottom of the screen between the voice actor for Orko and Kevin. And he'd be like, well, you guys have 103 episodes of classic He-Man. If you don't like our series, why don't you watch that? And then they go, then they went to the Last Jedi thing like this. Well, they're just on the Disney thing, like, oh, they're destroying all the canon. I'm like, I can still look on my bookshelf and my book's still there. That's not what we're saying. That's not what a lot of fans are saying. Disney literally said there's no EU. They're not using the EU. So that whole universe is that universe. So they can remake everything from the ground up. And then if it doesn't work out the way they want to, they either blame fans or blame the fact that there was no source material that they claimed there was none of. That's what was going on here on that podcast. And the voice actor for Orko, he's a pompous ass now.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't get it. I don't get it.
If there's any good news, and I guess I just learned it with maybe the chat, the fact that they will lose the rights pretty soon, that's positive. That they won't have too much more to destroy. But that's crazy. I think, like I said, I don't want to come off fake and act like a diehard He-Man fan. Right, but the thing that really bothers me is the disingenuousness. I wonder how much backlash this would be if this was honestly advertised, and I wonder how much backlash would continue if he would have. You know what? Okay, so you had your conversation with the Netflix guy. You guys have 200 million subs. Bet money. Don't say anything to me. Eat it. Just eat the L or the W because you got your damn movie made, greenlit, right. Clerks 3. So it's you know what you were doing. Just eat it. Just say, you know what? I'll give it a couple weeks and I'll blow over. Or just say, I get the people. Some people hate it. Did my best. And just you don't have to attack the fans. You don't have to attack Clownfish. You don't have to do all this crazy shit.
Right.
Be honest in the first place. And then eat the fact that people are going to be pissed at this. Deal with it. It's not that hard. It's how hard is it to say nothing? How hard is it to just no sell it? But they can't because they have to fuck fans. But I do think to kind of go back to your first point, Steve, that's the reason he is being so antagonistic. The reason he is, or potentially, I can't read his crybaby mind. But I think you're onto something when you say they're definitely trying to manipulate hate clicks and get a Streisand effect and get a lot of people talking and get a lot of volume on the internet to kind of advertise the show. So that's why he's antagonistic. That's at least, going off that premise. That's why he lied in the first place, or was disingenuousness, if you don't want to call it lie, because he went semantics. Well, he didn't step aside. I get it, but I mean, it was a rumor, and the whole point was Tila would be the star of the show, not He-Man, and that part was true. No, they didn't. They had to. You're right. He didn't step aside. He was a sacrifice, so to speak. So that part was wrong. But like, don't be disingenuous. Don't be disingenuous. But he is. And I think you're on to something. I think some of it is to antagonize us into making videos and to give them attention. And to,
there's one thing, we have to look at it this way. Kevin Smith is the punching bag, okay? He is the nerd shield between fans and the guy who's actually calling the shots, which is the Netflix guy. The guy who's at Netflix who's doing this and telling Kevin what to do or whatever, he's the one who is probably giving the okays to how this show was done. So we can't we can get angry at Kevin for the backtracking, the fibs, the passing the buck, so to say. But the main fault should fall on the man behind the curtain, which is the guy at Netflix, Trevor or whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah.
That's the guy who gives the okay, not Kevin. So even if Kevin,
the Kathleen Kennedy of the situation, so
pretty much if Kevin comes out, like literally, if Kevin comes out later and gives an honest opinion and say this or that, the Smodcast already proves otherwise. It's like he's trying to make a meat shield while using the other actors on the show at the same time. And it's kind of funny that the first Smodcast he was trying to like passively talk shit about, because it felt like talking shit and taking jabs, was the one character everyone could love the most in the 5 episodes. That was Orko. Orko's delivery was fantastic. It was I loved it. That one point of the sacrifice where he's like, Evelyn, look, and he was doing his magic without his wand. He had a realization that he still had the confidence to be the wizard without the wand, and then it was gone. And that not only was supposed to, everyone comes back and no one's ever really dead. Well, fuck that shit. You're hurting people in a way that you're saying it's supposed to take them on a ride. If you're constantly hurting people by breaking emotional attachment to a character, why would they come back to another series or another season to be emotionally hurt again? I understand you're supposed to give an effect with a series, but there's a difference between delivery and scars, and I think that's what the whole problem is here. From a cartoon delivery point, not Netflix, Ogre Mountain, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Pat S, you can be pissed at them all. Listen, you guys are allowed to feel however you feel. Me personally, like I said, Kevin Smith, I've known for years what he was. When he was in the Prince story, still sort of funny, but I'm like, man, you're making fun of somebody who gave you a good bit of money to help them out on a project, and you're just talking shit. He did this story while Prince was still alive, but you're just talking shit about a man that put money in your check and said he respected you. It's kind of fucked up. And so and then the Batman pissing himself. And it's a pivotal scene in year 1 where he retcons, and I don't think it's still canon. Who knows what's canon? And we'll probably get into the crazy canon of DC later. But like, it's a pivotal scene where he's in the building and the cops are surrounding him in year 1. And Kevin Smith wrote a version where Batman pisses himself, and it's like, really? And this is before wokeness. There was no. Obama was still in office when this comic. Bush could have been in office. It was that old. It was a while ago when he did this comic. I can't even remember, but it was like it was so uncalled for, and I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, why would you think that? Right. But people, he's the nerd. He's one of us, and he's not. He never was.
Well, I mean, look, when he first did Clerks and he was first getting on the scene, he was that dude that was all about comic books and saying, fuck Hollywood and shit like that. He was that dude, and he was that dude for a minute. But it looked like a work, but it looks like once he got to Hollywood, it's especially like, of course, directing, him doing, Supergirl episode, him directing Bruce Willis and fucking Tracy Morgan and Cop Out. I mean, he was able to either represent a bunch of shit or be a part of it in some aspect, along with writing comic books. Shit, I remember
he was in Die Hard, wasn't he? In one of the later Die Hards.
Yeah, he was. He was in the one with
Timothy Olyphant.
Long.
And Jason Long's in this one.
Justin Long, my bad. Justin Long. Yeah. Because he's pretty funny, man. Justin Long's a trip, man.
Yeah, Justin Long's in it too. Yeah.
And yeah. He was in the movie. He was.
That's what I mean. Was it Live Free and Die Hard? Live Free or Die Hard, I believe.
Right.
So but I would say he always wanted to be in Hollywood, and when he got there, he's protected it. I mean, look, I don't think it's a coincidence. Clerks 3 got greenlit around now. I don't. I think whoever was in Netflix, this is like, hey, you do this thing for us, we got you. And even if you say, oh, it's not with Netflix, people can make a phone call. So you do this thing for us. You go out there, you take the brunt. You go out there and talk shit about the fans.
Right.
You do what we tell you to, and don't act like the studio doesn't do this. Because lest I remind you of everybody's favorite Justice League director. But you do what we tell you to, and we got you. Your movie will get made, and all of a sudden, Clerks 3s get greenlit. So yeah,
and then
liking Clerks 2, Pat S. Not to cut you off, but
no,
the movies I like from him are the first Clerks and Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back. I remember liking Clerks 2, but I haven't seen it since.
I'm gonna tell you, man, in the next room, and this is the thing that bothers me, man. I'm gonna be fucking honest with y'all, man. The thing that bothers me in the next room, I have the 20th anniversary of Clerks. I own the 10th or the 15th anniversary of Mallrats. I own Jason Amy. I own Dogma. And I mean, I got the best versions of them. If they have like a director's cut or some shit, that's the version I have. I did 2 discs, 3 discs long. I mean, even Mallrats had a director's cut to it. I own that shit. I own Clerks 2. I own the Jay and Silent Bob cartoon. They have a Jay and Silent Bob cartoon movie. I own that. So it's just,
I didn't know it was a cartoon movie or a cartoon, really. I just knew about the regular movie.
Yeah, they had a cartoon series, the Jay and Silent Bob show that, if I'm not mistaken, was on MTV. So they had that, and then they had a Jay and Silent Bob cartoon movie, and I own all that shit. And so it's like, and the thing is, when it comes to his own shit, he treats that well. Like that shit's not woke, and it's the same shit that we've been getting. So it's like, for us to see, him do this to something that, and be a part of something that we love, knowing that he'll treat his own shit precious and it'll be funny, and then it'll be Jay and Silent Bob doing all the shit that they're doing, and that's a funny group there. As funny as Cheech and Chong and shit like that. I mean, they've done their thing, especially, I've enjoyed it. I wouldn't have all that shit in the room. They even got their own action figures. There's a bunch of shit they got. So there's a lot of shit. Kevin Smith got his own YouTube channel. Jason Mewes has his own YouTube channel where he games and does a bunch of other shit. I mean, so there's a lot of stuff, out there with them involved, and that's the part that's kind of fucking with us, is that now not only have we seen him over the years turn and be the way he's turning out to be, but it was just that, he was a part of a lot of shit that we enjoyed, man, and no bullshit. Like when Clerks and all that, and Jay and Silent Bob and Dogma and fucking Mallrats came out. I mean, dude, it was some good shit, man. And so it's like,
the thing is, it comes down to this. Don't look at celebrities, whether they're small, large, or
spoiled
huge.
Over time.
They are not even that they're spoiled. They're just human beings like the rest of us, the same way we look at streamers that we watch every day.
Right.
They're same human beings. As soon as you, I always preach about pulling your expectations out of things before you go and watch them, like pulling yourself out of looking for woke, or don't train yourself to look for it. Try to go in an adaptation of the part that does catch your eye, enjoy that, and push it on. See what they got to do with things. Let's go by celebrities. The ones that are saying, I take responsibility. The ones that were making them, they're just people, but they're spoiled people. Would you want to hang out with a bunch of spoiled brats if you weren't celebrities?
The Gal Gadot take responsibility, because if she counts, then yes. I think she took responsibility.
You know what I mean.
I know what you mean. I had to crack a joke. No, 90% of them, no. 99%, but again, the chicks.
Why are we doing the same thing with new properties when it comes to stuff we grew up on? I know it sucks because it is our childhood.
Yes.
But they're mocking that now.
We're both Kevin Smith. I wish I could hug you right now. I agree with you so much, man. I've been saying a version of this for a while. I've been saying I don't want to be CNN with the woke idiots as my Trump. I don't want to keep giving them Headspace, and this is something I said pre-show, and I don't think I said it live. And hello to Snorter Poopus, 32 Flavors, Pat Ass, Bruce Lombardo. I see you have his comment up. The Catman DD Wires. Everybody here, please hit the like and share if you haven't. We appreciate you being here.
Yeah,
anybody watching the playback, do the same because we really appreciate it.
Vigilante will give me free reach rounds after the show. Just gotta look for the nearest Walmart with the backstage.
Man, I might just do it in public, man. I agree with you so much, bro.
He will cry like Kevin Smith too. He'll use
cry.
He won't even spit. He'll be like, sorry.
You're so right about everything.
I like to cry while looking at you, Kevin.
Yeah. No, so this and you said something about it, but I didn't even hardly know about this Transformers War on Cybertron until very recent. Huh? Was it called
War for Cybertron or whatever?
War for Cybertron. Until very recently. How come with all the crazy woke shit we've gotten for the past years, but recent as when did it start to come out? Last year? I didn't hear one fucking thing. The first part was last year, right?
Right. I think it was towards the end of last year. It came out. Right.
And I think another part came out recently. That's when I heard about it.
Right.
Why the fuck have you waiting for the third part to get released?
Yeah, and it's actually supposed to be part of the video game series.
It has parts of it.
Why are we championing this? I've heard people argue, well, you can't develop the indie, or you can't develop the indie. You can't do the same thing with comic books, which I sort of disagree with. As far as the crowdfunding, you can't crowdfund an Infinity War, no, but you can crowdfund a small, smart. You can crowdfund that Bat in the Sun, what they do.
Yeah,
you can crowdfund that.
You can.
So, but that notwithstanding. Okay, you don't want to go that route. That's fine. But when there is good material like this War on Cybertron, or there's another series I'm watching, the Resident Evil anime series or whatever, why don't we champion this? Why don't you hear? Why aren't more? We have to champion this. If the point of this is to win our pop culture, well, it's not just talk about the bad. You have to highlight the good. You absolutely have to. Right. And if I'm somebody who's been doing a YouTube channel in this space, go ahead.
I know you're probably. I didn't mean to cut you out, but honestly, what I'm seeing in your chat right now, and I hate to sound like a dick. I know you want to keep it small, but honestly, getting Wes, Bruce, and Nick in here, that'd be up to you. But like, they're smart guys, and I'm just saying, if you ever had that opportunity, like Bruce is smart because he comes from the generation.
That is, if they want to go in, because I know how it is to be in the chat, and I'm like, you're just chilling. Hey, you want a link? I'm like, oh, I am very much just chilling.
Sorry, I didn't mean to sell out. I'm sorry.
But that's up to 24 and them. But
yeah.
What was I saying? Oh, if the point of this culture war is to call out, well, if the point of this culture war is to win, then we have. It's not just calling out the bad. We got to champion the good when it exists, because it's insane, and it's on me too. It's very much on me as much as anybody else. So I'm not even gonna call out anyone else. I'm gonna call out Vigilante. There's no reason I should have been spent a year doing this channel and doing stuff on YouTube and had not known about that. That is me being derelict on myself, and as a community, I think we got to get better, do better. All of us, we have to champion the good when it comes out. We have to talk about that.
That's the thing, though. But if I'm going to ask this before, we've already talked about this. What if profit for YouTubers overtakes the fact that we will give up a part of our soul, even to criticize how Hollywood's become the shit, because we rely on it, because some of us it's our job. So are we willing to give up a stab at income to reformat the criticisms of how Hollywood wants our criticisms for free advertising?
I would push back that you don't have to go full. So even if you're 75-25, and you probably can only do 75-25, because I don't think it's that much good stuff coming out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or even if that's too high, 80-20, where 80 is the normal stuff, the stuff that's going to bring in, but that 20%, you toss out a War for Cybertron or a Nobody or whatever else it is that you want to like. Yeah. What you say, half a video a week?
One happy video a week, or one
happy video a week, yeah. Happy video a week. Even if you can't do that, once every 2 weeks, you toss out a positive. That's something that keeps it going. I get it,
Right.
you know. There's the reality of it. That's why I'm not so hard on Kevin Smith. The reality of it is him doing this got him his movie and probably made him a lot of money. And made his family a lot of money. And a guy who just had a heart attack knows he can take his family will be taken care of if something happens to him. That's the realistic human element of it. And I absolutely understand that. Even if I think he's a dick into what he did, even if I think he's smarmy in what he did, if I was staring down the barrel of it, I don't know that I would act the same way or differently. It's easy to say what you would, but again, a man who just had a heart attack, a man who has a family, a man who probably wants to leave something behind.
He monetized his heart attack too.
Huh?
He monetized his heart attack too. Think about it.
True. She did. But again, I get
the stories for those college tours he did. We would go talk to colleges and shit. So like, I know where it is. But if you're willing to even like,
he's a scumbag.
I don't think he's. I don't think he's a scumbag. I just think
at least a smart bag.
Yeah. What? I think. I don't think he. Yeah. There's something.
He's a smart guy, but again, I understand it. I might have done the same. I might have done something similar. I can't say the same thing. We different people. I would have tried to be more honest about it. But man, I get taking the bag, taking the check. And so and that goes both also, not just for Smith, for any YouTuber and all of us. This has become a solid side hustle for me. Thanks to everybody who keeps me monetized. Some of them are in the chat now that I get super chats through stream elements. And you guys are so generous. It's like, wow, this is really worth it. And I'm buying like different lights. I guess got a ring light and a little backdrop, and I'm able to fund stuff. Even the backdrop I have is something that the channel bought. So like, I get it. I get it. And so that's why if you're always authentic to yourself, you don't have to necessarily worry about it. That's why I always try to be authentic. So I just think more people need to just find the one or two things they could toss out. You know what? This was good.
But Nick, I'm gonna start now. I don't. Let's look past the Bechdel test because even tests fail. He-Man wasn't woke. I don't think it was woke at all. What I think it was the inability to create characters that actually had substance rather than just. It felt like me. He lied to me. Me. Although I've fought all these battles against Skeletor and other enemies of Eternia. Me. One lie destroys all that loyalty and friendship. That's not woke though. And there might be woke aspects, but it's not full woke. It's like Invincible style where people are pointing out woke and Invincible, but there was barely anything there. But you highlighted it because you were only looking for it. I don't really woke things. I'm just saying that, but like about the woke is giving the opposition strength. But what the thing is, what if Nick, the opposition, if we're coming from Hollywood perspective, are using YouTubers or other content creators that criticize this stuff as their free advertising, and they're still making money off us. We might be making pennies to the dollar. They're making millions off their the hate clicks. Because as soon as you say, well, I hate this, and someone's like, why do you hate this? And they go to watch it for themselves, and they pass it on why they do like it or don't like it. And it causes this advertising telephone game.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I was sipping away from Mike.
No worries. I think that's such an interesting perspective, and I'm glad you said it because it's like you put in the words something I was thinking and couldn't say. And man, I think there's something to it, and I don't know.
Said it on the Smodcast. He said it. He literally said when he says he was talking to Netflix. This is the same jackass we were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
That they love this shit. Who cares about the 5%? That 5% is making us money because they're giving word of mouth, and word of mouth is going up, and going up.
Yep.
And guess what? They don't have to put a single fucking billboard up because YouTube has billions of people on it.
Yeah.
And when you see your whole feed and you see 32,000 views on one video, that's 32,000 people that are going to turn on Netflix or download that series.
Or who had the potential to at least see.
They're going to make their video, and then that video is going to get views. And do you see what I'm saying? It's a pyramid.
I mean, scheme. Jesus. And I did I say it on air about the Brie Larson thing? How I didn't know who the fuck she was until I joined the Fandom Menace or started following the Fandom Menace, even though the movie had already came out. I had no fucking clue who this bitch was. I saw fucking Scott Pilgrim didn't know who she was. But everybody, Brie Larson. And I'm like, okay, who is this bitch? Oh, that's Captain Marvel. And so y'all literally push her. Nobody has advertised the market for Brie Larson like the Phantom Menace. Her publicist should send everybody a bottle of champagne.
And this is all opinion though. I'm not actually taking sides with anyone here. I'm just saying.
No, I understand, but I definitely think you're right.
Ever since the Gina stuff, and I hate using that name because Gina Carano, no offense, as much as it's been one of those things, it's been overused, and that was the stepping stone for like, hey, we got something here where we can make millions and not have to pay $1. Just get some people to print some articles, do some type of things in a series. Like, look at this. If they're coming from the aspect they're going to lose the rights, right? And they're going balls deep, trying to make as much money as possible before they lose it. How would be the best way to do it when we're in an environment now where everyone's trapped inside and they feed more off drama, like the reality TV series trope?
Yep.
Technically, YouTubers like a reality TV. The reality of the review, whether it be hateful, always gets more than the good. And that's my opinion. And this is what they're now using. And when Kevin said it, he was like, they love it. Don't worry about it. Do you think we care what a bunch of viewers say? All it's doing is giving us advertising. And then when I heard that, I was like, I fucking knew it.
I guarantee you Masters of the Universe got more views than War for Cybertron. I guarantee
got more views than Black Widow.
And so if that's the goal, as a business person, you'll be stupid. We figure it out. We've been wondering, how are they monetizing this shit? Well, this is how they're monetizing this shit. I saw the same thing happen. It's funny. Just came back to wrestling with John Cena for like a decade. The people he'd come out, John Cena sucks, but he would still be the highest person in merch. So it's like the fact that half of the crowd hated him made him way more famous than if everybody liked him, because he would have just been a meandering face. But because everybody hated him, it made him bigger. And now there's motherfuckers in Hollywood off of the strength of that. So it's like controversy creates cash. And I definitely think this Kevin Smith thing has definitely shed the light on it.
So does that? The question is, have YouTubers lightly sold their soul? I'm saying this is a generalization question for the almighty dollar, criticizing what Hollywood's doing to this stuff already.
Now I won't go that far, because the reason I wouldn't say they sold their soul is because I don't know that every YouTuber is.
That's why I said generalization.
So in my head, how about this? Maybe some have, but in my head, most YouTubers who are critical of this stuff are coming from a genuine place. That's my belief. I could be wrong, and I could be getting worked just like people got worked with Kevin Smith. I'm human too. But I think most of them are coming from a genuine place. I think it is more fair to ask, are they being manipulated into this?
Yeah.
Then are they actively selling their soul? But you know what? Are some smart enough to realize, well, I am kind of advertising for them too, but I'm going to get these views. Maybe people, that's.
Maybe I'm being too facetious. My apologies. I'm not attacking anyone. It's just an observation. I was wondering, have we reached the point where we're type of a mini Hollywood without even realizing it?
I think it's a fair question to ask, and it needs to be asked. And again, looking at this guy's face, I really got to switch it up. Go Undertaker, Lolo.
Sorry, I was 24. I've been talking over you. Sorry.
Nah, you good.
Oh yeah, 24. You haven't said this is your show. This is your channel. You got to talk.
It's cool, man. I mean, shit. We're here having a conversation together, man. I'm not being left out of anything. I've been chatting with folks in the chat and answering questions and telling people hi and so I'm good. I mean, the whole thing is, both you guys are right, and this whole thing is, look, the thing is, at this point, when they would tear down He-Man the way they did, that lets you know, man, the gloves are off, man. They've been off for a minute, but if people don't realize that the gloves are off and they basically like slapping us in the face with the glove, it's like, dude, at some point, we gotta brace ourselves, like my man Cavatino, Calvary man Chi, he asked me, do I mind spoilers? And the whole thing with that is the whole thing is like when it comes to something that I know is woke or something like He-Man, like at that point, I don't mind the spoilers because it's basically prepping me to brace myself for the bullshit that I know that's going to come with this movie. So the whole thing is going to be spoiled either way it goes. So the spoilers is not going to bother me. It just further confirms what we've been hearing about how this thing was going to go down. So at this point, when you start hearing that news and you hear the sources, people say, hey man, watch this shit for yourself, think for yourself, all this shit, and and that's true. But then the credible sources, Clownfish TV, man, the folks ain't going, man, dude, they're a family, man. And they got kids that they bring onto their channel and shit. Come on, man. They don't have the, and I'm not saying that changes anything, but what I'm saying is they've been for years, man. They've been good and trying not to, feed us no bullshit. So when we hear credible things from credible sources, man, and even then, with this whole situation, they were saying, hey man, hey guys, this is what I heard. They wasn't they wasn't holding it to any kind of to any truth to it, but they were just saying, and even then, about it.
But I think you're misunderstanding though. I am not saying we have become the devil incarnate that we are talking about. What I'm saying is, are they manipulating us to the point where we don't care about the manipulation? If we're just doing the criticism for the dollar rather than, are we doing it for ourselves because we actually see this as something we enjoy? I know a lot of us do, but are we turning in to those hateful people that they all accuse us of being because they're using us as a type of hateful click advertising? I'm not defending any of this. Like honestly, Clownfish TV didn't deserve any of this shit, and the fact that he threw more punches a couple days ago on that stream, not cool. What I'm saying is, are we reaching the point where we're becoming the thing we're trying to fight against? Make your money. I want you to make your money, but I don't want you to lose yourself in the process. And that's not directed to anyone. This is a general question because sometimes I even think about it. It's like when you think about this. Let me put it forward. You ever had those thoughts where you think about, okay, if there was nothing existing at all, what would you call it if there was nothing there to call it? What's the word for nothing if there's no one to make a word for nothing? And then you think about if there was nothing at all, no creation, no nothing, would it be whiteness? Because no, you'd have to call it whiteness. What would be there? And it's that paradox thinking. You know what I mean, though? Does that make sense?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. You went so fast. I got a little lost. I'm not gonna lie. I'd rather be honest. What I think, it's like okay. If it go ahead.
Sorry, all I'm saying is the question is, are we reaching a point where we're just turning into an advertising company for Hollywood at the cost of our soul? And is the cost worth the gain? I know a lot of it. I'm not saying we are becoming the evil. I'm saying, are we showing signs that we are laying the manipulation control on how we put our content out? There's so much more negative hate clicks that we're all used to it, like reality television, but we're not having any breaks like when we see a stupid commercial like Geico where it is a happy review of something else. Have we lost the ability to share not only the negative hate clicks and the reviews and our fair criticisms over positive reviews like the Tomorrow War?
Well, the thing is as we all know, all news is good news, whether it's good or bad. And the thing is, if all the press that they're going to get from us, all of us YouTubers that put attention to this, even if it's all the negative shit, they're using it to your advantage. Because if you look at how let's say somebody's fucking dissing the shit out of He-Man, right? Mm-hmm. But then what do you see for his commercials? A fucking He-Man show, He-Man show. So, and I noticed that like motherfuckers are tearing down The Last Jedi, and then all you saw was fucking commercials for The Last Jedi being shown. So basically, even if you're going to go to the channel to watch somebody rant, what they're ranting about will show up in the commercial while they, before they fucking rant. Which means that what I'm saying is when you put the attention to negative press, they taking the negative press and they're commercializing it. They're using it along with, okay, well, if you're gonna watch this shit and you don't like Bambi, well, guess what? The new Adventures of Bambi fucking commercial is gonna show up while you're watching. Why people don't like Bambi. And it's like, come on, man. It's like they're using it against us, man.
Yeah.
You know, to even advertise to us while we sitting there watching videos, you know, that we do, you know, we're watching each other's videos, and while we talk about He-Man, they're putting He-Man commercials in our shit.
Yeah. Weaponized advertising is what you're saying.
Advertising, you know, it's like they're like they're advertising on our hate, man, or our dislike for something. Oh well, you know what? Guess what? You don't like Star Wars, and then fucking you watching somebody's ranting on Star Wars, and all you see is Star Wars fucking commercials of whatever the fuck they're putting out. It's like, come on, man. So basically, it's like they're using it against us, man. Advertising our displeasure.
So what you're saying is pretty much we're not lost. We're doing what we want, but they're also trying to use it at the same time. So it's like a double-edged sword. We're not giving ourselves up. We're doing it for monetary value as well as income, and it's our job.
Right. And you know, of course, you know, it's just, you know,
we're
since
still
they own
aware,
YouTube.
but we're still aware of the manipulation. That's what I was asking. I'm not very good words. I'm trying to say without sounds like I'm trying to attack someone. It's not about attacking someone. I'm trying to figure out whether or not we are going down the same road.
Even Bruce Lombardo understands.
Yep. They monetize their haters, yes.
Yep. That and that's what and they're using YouTube to do it.
So I do have a angel's advocate to this, which is the devil gets enough credit. Angel's advocate. So, do you think we should not say anything about it? Do you think we should not call it out?
That's not. Yeah,
I know that's not what you're saying, but I'm going on the opposite extreme. The opposite extreme is like, okay, we are kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place because you do want to still call this out because, like I said earlier, there were people who do not know this culture war is happening. A lot of even if they like The Last Jedi, stuff like that, a lot of people don't even know why they like or dislike things. I always gave the example of the Shaniqualizer where my mom hated it as a she's been a Queen Latifah fan for 30 years, but she saw the series and said, this is stupid. And she didn't know why. She didn't know about intersectionality. She didn't like it. So that's how most normies who aren't clued in, they either like something or they don't. Even the people who like Loki, which is another series I didn't see. And that's kind of where I started to think about it. It's like, I'm not even watching a lot of these series. What the fuck am I doing? But I just liked it. It was Marvel, it's Tom Hiddleston. That's it. I'm watching it, binging it before I go to sleep to go back to work tomorrow. You know what I mean? It's not that their lives. So there were people who came into this He-Man thing and said, man, they killed He-Man and Skeletor the first episode. That's not what I signed up for. You know what I mean? They take them for a shot. Like, I thought this was going to be decent. And they're shocked and they're pissed. Maybe they were going to share with their son or whatever. Right. So there are those people who were completely blindsided by this. So that's why you do need to say something about it. So to give those people either like, a lot of people are like, man, that seemed not good. Maybe they look at Rotten Tomatoes, see like, why do critics like this? Oh, there's videos talking about it. You got to give something for those people, but there is something to be said about how Hollywood has been able to monetize their haters and that they're aware of it. That was the most informative thing. How the Netflix people reacted to it. It's like, come on, like we're cool. This is great for the show. You know what I mean? This is like, what are you doing? So it's just I don't know how to balance that either. I have no idea.
I mean, and that's the thing. It's like, we got to speak up on it, or they'll think it's okay to do it. But then once we do speak up on it, we're giving it extra attention, and they even fucking they're putting their commercials on those of us that are monetized. Mm-hmm. They put the commercials of the shit that we dislike. They're putting their commercials on our fucking channels. So it's like, what the fuck, man? Like Bruce said, man, they're monetizing their haters, which would be us or whatever. So it's like, fuck. It's like, we're the ones,
we go with the no fucks given, and that's where we are right now. We're no fucks given. We know what they're doing. We're still going to do it anyways because what the fuck? If they're going to make money off us, we might as well make money anyway, either way. And some of us are doing it because we want to get our voices out because there's a lot more people listening on YouTube than there is at an online news article. This was never, and I hope no one's taking me as like criticizing other channels. It's not that. I'm trying to get a balance that if I start doing reviews and they sound negative and they're not trying to sound negative, have I to give an in to what everyone else is already doing?
Yeah. I think, to kind of piggyback off that point for disclaimer purpose, I don't want to hear, the Primetime Kings were talking shit about this. Like, no.
Right.
No names.
Act like he was just talking about the 3 people on the panel. Don't act like he was talking about anybody else, because I mean, we really talked about our own situations anyway. I talked about how I didn't want to make a video on it because I didn't want to be disingenuous. I didn't want to. Oh, I can't. You know, it wasn't from the same reason as far as not wanting to give them credit. It was just more. I don't want to be disingenuous. Because some people said I outgrew He-Man. WASD FM live radio. He said I outgrew He-Man, but I do care that Kevin Smith lied to the fan. I'm just looking forward to the pendulum swings back, and it will. And I think the real takeaway,
Clerks will be the one affected.
Clerks will be affected, just like Solo was affected.
Yeah,
Just like
and that's the thing. Read a comment just a second ago, and here it goes. It was from Cavatino Calvary Chi. He says, "Who wants to watch a new Clerks movie after Kevin Smith, makes us hate him?" And that's like
normies who don't like He-Man,
right?
They'll just like, oh, okay, yeah, there's new Clerks. I watch Clerks. I watch it. We forget how normies are not. This is everybody's a normie to something, and so normies are not going to be like as diehard as us. It's still now. Granted, there's such a crossover of just fans and just even people who, like I said, like WASD said, aren't even still fans of He-Man. Are just going to have a bad taste in Kevin Smith, a bad taste in their mouth from Kevin Smith, and right. Don't clip that weight down. But like they're just going to be feeling a little like, I don't really want to deal with him. And that's going to be significant enough to impact it. But will it be? Who knows? If they get a big enough marketing, they can get enough normies into where it doesn't matter.
You know what's killer. You know how I be looking through for comic books and deals and shit. Motherfuckers are already selling their fucking He-Man Revelation toys, man.
Yeah,
really
on the buck.
Yeah. But I'm talking like I can pull it up now and show you motherfuckers starting it off, at like a $2 bid, like trying to get rid of it like in the next day or two. So basically, if the shit don't get more than $5, this motherfucker selling He-Man, Skeletor, Evelyn, and Mossman of the He-Man Revolutions, like all brand new, still in the box and the whole shit. So it's like people are just like now they just trying to sell that shit off, man. And I've been hearing how the toy line's gonna get hit, man.
It is
because people, and that's the thing. From what I heard today, man, Clownfish did a video, and they're talking about how Mattel basically, lost the rights to a bunch of shit, and the only thing that they have standing is He-Man. So basically, if He-Man, if the toy line goes under, then man, they don't like basically Netflix. I mean, not Netflix, but Mattel won't even have a fucking leg to stand on because they threw their money into it trying to bank on the action figure side of this.
Oh man,
thinking that hey, we'll put out this show. Then and the thing is, they're not even. I wonder if they're even calculating the fact of what Kevin Smith is doing to fucking piss people off and not even want to buy that shit.
Yeah, they're going to be fucked as far as that goes.
And they have a big line of toys coming too, man. And that's like, fuck, that's supposed to be putting He-Man back on the map. Boy, I don't even know, man. And motherfucker, when I seen that today, knowing the show just dropped Friday and motherfucking toys going on sale right now, I was like, whoa, that's telling, man.
See, if
because he either sold it thinking he was going to make some money or he got rid of it like, fuck them.
They could have done it right, though. You know what they could have done? I need a new chair. I gotta start saving again. This chair's fucking breaking. But if they wanted to kick ass with He-Man, they could have done? And I'm terrified because it's the children's series coming out. Can't wait for Lego sets if they actually decide to team with Lego. That's where their money could have been. Mm-hmm. That's exactly where their money could have been. Lego doesn't have any He-Man, does it? I know Connects or some weird block company does, but they have those little statues you can get. I have a bunch of them still sealed. But they could have just teamed up with Lego and rolled out every 80s classic He-Man set vehicle and ground pounded a whole ton of income for them rather than taking Smith. What they could have done is a remastered of the original. I know different rights all over the place. I know that too, but I'm just tired of talking about He-Man and Kevin Smith. It's gonna be the same thing. Give it like a week or two, it'll be something else.
Yeah, I think I mean we've gone almost an hour with it. I do want to semi-answer one question. Did Clownfish get a subscriber boost? I don't know if they did. They were already pretty high. Like they were already over 210,000 before this came out. So they've already, maybe they did. I can't say that they didn't. But they were already a pretty well-established channel. They didn't get like a 50,000 boost. Whatever boost they did is under 10,000. So I mean, I would love to have 10,000 subs. Don't get me any wrong at all. You know what I mean? I would kill that at 10,000 subs. But I wouldn't stab you guys in the back for 10,000 subs.
Nah, fuck that.
You know what? I don't want subs. You know what I want? I want people to come to my channel, watch my viewer count be above 30, participate in the chat, want to play, want to be on the panel, want to discuss things in general the way like Nick and other people do it. I don't want it to be like throw hate on it. Like I want people to laugh. That's what I love, making people laugh. I want to do that. Yeah. And it's
and you know what? I think the big takeaway is, and I'll keep bringing up that War for Cybertron and the fact that it hadn't been advertised. And that's me. I have to learn. We have to, when there's positive, we have to do a significant better job at pushing the positive, because that's how we counter that. Are we dancing with the devil a little bit, so to speak? Are we becoming what we hate, or are we playing into the hands of people? Now, if we're advertising the positive on top of it, and we're talking about this is what's done well, and we're giving a lot more people to that attention, and again, I guarantee you, He-Man got more viewers than War for Cybertron. So that if that's going to keep happening, why shouldn't they make woke stuff? What business, as a businessman, if you are the guy at Netflix who we can talk all the shit about him, he may be Kathleen Kennedy, but if you are him and you see what He-Man probably did this week, and you look at War for Cybertron, what the fuck are you going to do? Business only. You're going to say, well, shit, we're going to keep pissing the fans off. Fuck it. If that's what's going to get them to watch,
it's money.
So yeah, I mean that was tough for Mattel, but that's not Netflix's problem,
right? And that's the same thing that the people from Netflix was telling Kevin Smith, like, yo, fuck, people mad. Who gives a fuck? Because the thing is, they're in the business of making the show. That, if Mattel fucking even if Mattel goes under, Netflix will still be floating.
Yeah,
it's not on them. It was just on Netflix to put out the fucking show, man. So it's like, dog, and but see what I'm seeing. But what Kevin Smith said was the people from Mattel also hired him. Also, the people from Mattel hired him to help out.
His dick.
Yeah, because just to help out with what was going on, because the dude that's on the Mattel side of things been writing comic books,
DC comics.
Yeah, for the last 2 years for the Masters of the Universe. So it's like. Yeah, man. It's like
he worked for Dark Horse, right? Or something.
Yeah.
Comics, yeah. And that's where they said it's like he was, in a way, it was like trying to throw him under the bus too.
And the thing is, they needed a Kevin Smith or someone like him that has his foot, his a toe in the fandom and everything, just to kind of bring it in, and everybody was excited for it, man, because how it was pitched, and especially after everybody saw the first trailer. Come on, man, the animation's good. Shit looks cool. I mean, we knew something was up, though. I mean, we're not idiots. When we saw Tila with fucking Jack like a motherfucker, we were like, "What the fuck is this?" And then see everybody else, it was like, "Come on, something smelled." And then
the fix was in.
Yeah, man. Because I mean, the one thing that gives a lot of people away, man, when it comes to making these woke shows or whatever the fuck they're trying to do, or whatever angle they're trying to come at it. Is fucking the haircuts, man. The haircuts is a bit fucking giveaway, and its killer is stupid because they all go for it. They all put the little shaved side of the head,
can I ask you a question?
And all this other shit, and it's like, come on, man. So basically, just on the look, we were like, this looks good, but something smells fishy. Boom.
Can I ask a question, you guys, right now? Like, even just talking about this, does it drain you from like the positive mood you had about an hour ago?
Yes.
Yes, it does a little bit. It does a little bit, but but the thing is, it's
Are we allowing it, or is it just?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that it's
It's
not
an interesting
always.
conversation to have, though.
Yeah. It's like we got to come across this, man. But we're not gonna stick on this. We're not gonna stay on this hill, but we got to cross it in on our journey, man. And this is a bump in the road that we got to fucking do and fucking keep going. Yeah, but it's fucked up because it's because we're the ones that are trying to we're the ones looking for something good and something good to talk about. And even that's why we even taking the point that even with a lot of bad press, we're taking the time to still watch this shit so that it doesn't have to be a thing that we're listening to the bigger channels that are telling us. Yeah, they're warning us and everything, but what we should do for ourselves, go if we want more reinforcement to know that this is really going to be bullshit, if this is going to be good, you go and you watch it.
Yep, that's what I said when I even did this review. I'm like, watch it yourself, make your own opinion, because that's it. I don't want to be the person that's saying you have to as well, and I think that's where we're trying to stay away from.
Yeah, and I agree with both of y'all, man. I mean, I want to be the kind of guy that, hey, when I talk about it, it's because I know about it. I went and I watched it, and I'm not. Of course, I'm thankful to the bigger channels and people that have the insiders that'll tell them, hey, man, watch it. They're working on this shit and it's going to be woke. I appreciate that, man. But, for me, like, I'll give you an example, man. Black Adam. I remember Vigilante, saying last week that, basically he hopes that Black Adam won't be woke. And I'll be the one to say, like, man, they already done some shit that's going to cross the line. Mm-hmm. And it's one of those things that, as much as I've talked about it, I have to march my ass in the theater and I have to watch it. I'm just gonna have to, man, because I've talked about it when I heard about all the good things that are coming about it, and I even spoke up about all the bad shit that I heard. But and I know about the changes because they've talked about the changes, and this is what we're gonna do. And Hawkman's gonna be black, and they have a character who's a grandmother from the 1940s. Her name is Ma Hunkel, and she has a granddaughter who's in the Just Side of America called Cyclone. But what they do is, they're going to bring both of those characters in the Black Adam movie. Cyclone, instead of her being a white chick with red hair,
she's not red hair.
Yeah, she's a black chick now. So tell them what that's going to go. And then her grandmother, who is the first Red Tornado, and came out around this, like her character in comic books came out right around 1938, 39, 1940, around the same time the Just Side of America came out. She's been a woman the whole time, like withdrawn with with tits and whatever. But she tried to dress herself up to be a man. Instead of just coming out straight woman, she have like a helmet on and some and like this ridiculous outfit or whatever, and some boots. And basically what they're gonna do is make that character trans. So this is a grandmother character that's been out since the 1940s, the same way they fucked over Alan Scott Green Lantern, and then what they did to him in the comic books, they're gonna do Grandma Hunkel that way, make her trans though for the Black Adam movie, and then her granddaughter. So basically she's gonna be like a grandfather but dressed like a woman or whatever.
Oh man.
So
it's funny because certain movies,
this is having today's kind of like mentality, looking at something that came from World War II.
Yeah.
So how you putting today's spin on something that's over 80 years old?
Well, that's well, you know what? There's two things, and I'm gonna just kind of spin off into the. So one, actually, I'm with you with Black Adam. I just got to go see that. That's a movie as I've been invested in before. I'm not even talking about your reporting since the DCEU was still a thing, and they were talking about since before. This was talked about for a while. Right, because, I've been personally invested in it.
Right, because the Rock been trying to do this movie for over a decade. It's like 12 or 13 years. He's been trying to fight to put the movie out, blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden now it's finally coming into fruition. And but back then it wasn't 12, 13 years ago. Black Adam evolved from being what he started being then, and through the comic books, to where now he's going to utilize the storylines, but at the same time, it's all the other characters that he's bringing in that's going to be looking some kind of way. And I'm just like, come on, man.
I'm interested to see what they do. I'm just invested in it. But like, so there's a core issue with all this stuff,
right?
That has nothing to do with wokeness. it has everything to do with both how Hollywood makes stuff and how fans react. And it goes, and I love Cavatillo, Cavalryman Che.
Yeah,
I
he's
have
fucking
no
awesome.
I have no interest in seeing Ghostbusters Afterlife trailer. You want to know why? Because Ghostbusters is two good movies in the 80s. It's not, I mean, they had some cartoons, they had a lot of good media, but like there's too many franchises and franchises don't end. And that's part of the problem. That's part of what gives them the ability to destroy stuff, is because stuff doesn't end. How many times do we have to see Bruce Wayne's parents die? How many times do we got to see Uncle Ben say great power with great power comes great responsibility.
Right.
How many times do we have to keep rebooting and redoing and doing? At a certain point, if we as fans let franchises breathe and let them end, they would still be able to maintain what they are. And I think that's a huge advantage to anime and manga, though there's obviously some exceptions that just go on for like 30 years. But outside of that, manga and anime ends. Cowboy Bebop is over. There's a beginning, there's episodes, middle, and end. It's over. There's nothing. That's it. There's done. Trigun, it's over. Gundam Wing, it's over. They did a beginning, they did all the episodes, and that's it. And these are just ones that I like. I know there's newer ones like One Punch and My Hero Academia. That's not my point. But the point is that there's a complete canon. There's a complete story. It's completed. It's over. And the fact is these franchises not ending gives them the opportunity to make Batgirl, which I kind of want to talk about that because I have a different take about where Cameron Pasha. But just whatever it is, have Daniel Kibblesmith make Blade, which is another thing that pisses me off.
Man. I want to tell you something on a cool note, that you mentioned about 2 or 3 minutes ago. Now, I'm not sure if you understand what's going on with Ghostbusters. Do you know who's directing it?
Ivan Reitman's son, right?
He's Ivor Reitman's son. He's actually, if you hear anybody that watched Ghostbusters 2, he's the kid that when the Ghostbusters come to the party at the beginning of the movie, he's the kid that goes and tells them, my dad said you guys are a bunch of assholes, or you guys are a bunch of fakes and all this other shit. That's him. That's the kid. He's grown up and he's been a part of the movie, and he loves it. And he basically was like, "Yo, I got this idea." And he shot it, and the idea, I guess, was so good that even Bill Murray was like, you know what, I'll come back for this.
Okay.
So Bill Murray's on board. You're going to have the whole cast. And then the thing is the connection from what I'm hearing from the kids is, and the new family is supposed to be taking place in a whole another, it's not New York. It's basically somewhere like, I don't know if it's Georgia or Indiana, something like that. And basically what it is supposed to be the grandkids of Egon, and basically something's happening to them, and the Ghostbusters come to who's left comes to reunite to go help them, I guess towards the middle or the end of the movie or whatever. And it's supposed to be setting, it's going to be like the best that we're going to get with who's left, and only Hal Ramis is gone, but it's going to be the rest of them coming in. And it's not going to be woke or anything like that. We're getting the original Ghostbusters, and they got to the point where I see they were fucking fighting Slimer and chasing his ass in a cornfield or something. And I was like, all right, you got kids taking the Ecto 1 for a spin and doing some kind of Ghostbuster shit. And I was like, you know what, this looks. I'd rather have seen this than seen the Ghostbusters 2016. And this,
they already Ghostbusters 2016.
Yeah, the
no, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, that and actually, you start to see a lot of they're coming out with the toys now. They have Stay Puft marshmallows that you can get at the store. I think they're made by Kraft. And it's like they're trying to they got Ghostbusters toy cereal back in the stores.
I need that Ghostbusters
like how we
High
used to
C
eat back in the day. And
I remember that Ghostbusters High C from back in the day.
Right. So this is a lot of Ghostbusters nostalgia
toy
shit coming back. And basically, we're getting the originals Ghostbusters back. And I'm thankful for that. And I think they're going to do it in a respectful manner because everybody was on board to come back and doing it. It's just unfortunate how Ramis was never a part. As a matter of fact, I even shared an article about the troubles that they went through to even come with a Ghostbusters 3 from way back in the day all the way till now.
Yeah, this has been something they've been working on for 20, 30, however many. I remember hearing about
It's a long time
Ghostbusters
coming,
3
man.
as a kid.
Right.
It was rumored as when I was young.
So so at least it's yeah. I mean, we won't know till we see it, but at least we get to see it's coming from the director's son, and even they said that when the director watched the movie, he started crying. It's like, damn, I can't believe my son just made this, and then and it gave respect to all the Ghostbusters and everything else. So if if it's on that level, man, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna watch it, man.
Promising.
I'm gonna go see it, man.
And I mean,
for the nostalgia, but I'm not gonna expect I don't expect things anymore.
That's the best way to do it, because then you get shocked if it's good. And yes, the ecto coolers.
Yeah,
those ecto coolers, High C. You haven't lived until you had an ecto cooler, High C.
Calvary Man is on point. There you go.
And what's going on, Keely Chow?
Hold tight, my man. Nick Weiser, man, you fucking kicking ass. Stay at home podcast. JM Cruz, what's going on, brother? Great to have you here, man. Man,
yeah.
Damn, we got Bruce Lombardo. Got a lot of people in the chat, man. Shit.
Appreciate all y'all in the chat.
Yeah, we do, man. Nick Weiser, 32 Flavors, my man. She came missing with a flavor. Shit, my man Pat S. What's going on? Open Air Lock. What's up, boy? It's good, man. Great to have you here, man. Got a bunch of great people in the chat. Open Air Lock, my man. Shit, who else we got? WASD FM. Hey, man, your opinions and whatever you say, it matters here, man. Go ahead and let them fly, man. We appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. Yep. And if there's anybody else that we missed, we apologize, man. But we're thankful that you're here and that you're spending your time with us, man. It's valuable, and we appreciate you.
So to kind of piggyback off that same energy, I actually am already sharing it, just to use as a backdrop. We don't have to have it up the whole time. But last week, and there was some uproar about this. Batgirl, and we talked about the casting beforehand,
right?
Because it's a good thing we did, because it actually plays into a good point. And I got to give the point to Cameron Pasha and Paulie Latino Slant. They deserve all the credit. Check out Latino Slant's channel. He has both a live stream and a video on the subject. And with the take I'm kind of going to present, because it's from Cameron Pasha's own mouth. He basically said this was not an intentional gender side. This was not an intentional race swap. There was a reason that Zoe Deutsch, and I'm mispronouncing her name a bunch, Isabella Merced, who I think was a black lady, and Haley Lou Richardson, who's white. Right. There's a reason that there were still white women in the late casting, is because they were legitimately considered. The reason, and this is what Cameron Pasha got from somebody working on the film, this is his words, and there's very few people with less incentive to lie than Cameron Pasha. He gets nothing out of saying this, right? So I 100% believe him. He's come on my show. He's a really good dude. He's a great dude. I know you've talked to him on Lorena's channel. He's great. He's honest. He's almost to a get us all assassinated vote if you watch the episode. But I believe him. I believe that as bad as this looks, because of the reputation of Hollywood, if Cameron Pasha says it, I'm gonna take it to the bank. I believe him, even if you can make the argument that they shouldn't be doing that. But I believe she won because that was the one that they want for the vision. And I brought up the point pre-show. They do have this, and I don't know that Batgirl is going to be in the same universe as this show. I'm hoping it is, just for logic, because there's too many Batman running around. But they have a Jeffrey Wright show on HBO Max, which this is supposed to be an HBO Max movie, this Batgirl. They have a Jeffrey Wright where he's going to be Commissioner Gordon, and he's already Commissioner Gordon in the Batman. He's in the trailer. He's a really good actor. So it would make sense to cast somebody who looks like the person they cast if that's supposed to be his daughter. That's logical. Right.
And the thing is, they were coming with Latino Batgirl and all this and that. The fact that she's Latino has, I mean, you can call it what you want, but it's more about her appearance, because she could be Latino and still pass for a black chick. So that's not
Afro-Latino, whatever.
Right.
And just like, again, she looks like she could be Jeffrey Wright's daughter.
Right. She could.
And that's where I'm like, if that's where they're going for, They already cast Commissioner Gordon again. You could argue Jeffrey Wright got the job. He's a really good fucking actor. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so it's almost like, and I know a lot of people, and I'm one of them. I want depictions to be as true to the source material as possible.
Right.
However, it's not like, they've been doing race swaps in Batman since the 60s. Eartha Kitt, Harvey Dent in Batman 89. This is not new. You know what I mean?
Right.
And nobody said anything about this because we weren't under the whole woke thing. And I think, and again, a lot of this I am borrowing from that Latino slant they brought up, Eartha Kitt. But it's like, to kind of piggyback off that same spirit, sometimes we are seeing shadows, and we do got to remember, like, I mean, they are just trying to make movies to make money. Like and then there are other factors. Again, if this is supposed to link up to the Jeffrey Wright series, then what? I mean, they could have got a white girl too because he's a light skinned brother. You can argue the past, whatever, but it's just I can understand that.
It's funny that you say that. We gave Halle Berry a chance when she was Catwoman.
Yeah, we did.
And that shit was horrible. But the thing is, people gave her a chance to say, hey, you know what, you're Halle Berry, you're a damn good actress. I mean, at that moment she was a good actress, and the shit she did before it was good. The shit she did after it was good. But that movie
was a megastar at that moment. And we absolutely gave her. She was a megastar at that moment.
So I mean, but it took for us to give her a chance as a black Catwoman. Of course, there was Eartha Kitt and everything before it. So there was nothing wrong with it. And even me, I didn't, and I even told y'all when we talked about it last time that I think they're gonna pick the chick. There was like more of a Hispanic looking chick.
Yep.
And then there was a black chick. And I said, you know what? So the black chick was the one that the black looking chick. I didn't know she was Hispanic. I didn't know she was Dominican or whatnot. So I did, so that but. Then they end up picking her, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Because it was like not even the next day or two. They were like, "Boom!" They made their pick, and I was like, "Fuck, that's kind of fast." And and I was like, "Well, it would only make sense if they're actually going to try to tie it up with the Matt Reeves, the Batman, along with that Gotham City, a show that they're having on HBO Max." I said because they pitching this like it's going to be a Batgirl from a whole different, like a part of the multiverse.
That would be
from another planet, another. Because
that would be a mistake.
I'm cool with it if that's what it is. And then I'm going to give you one little piece. Just read an article today that they're going to work on doing a Batgirl versus Supergirl movie.
That is
a Batgirl versus Supergirl movie. So basically, they're talking about Sasha Calle from Supergirl. Going against what we just got in this chick, this Dominican chick, that's going to be a part of the HBO Max Batgirl show or series or whatever this thing's going to be. So they're even having talks about like a Batman v Superman, but Batgirl versus Supergirl movie. So if that thing ever if you hear talks about something like that materialize in the next couple months or a year. Just know, man, you heard it here first that hey, something like that might be in the works.
Yeah, Steven said it first. Don't forget that.
Yeah,
man, they are really outside. This is outside of everything. They're really going hard with this multiverse thing. My God, I
love it. I love the multiverse, man. That because the multiverse allows everything to exist. That's the only reason why I'm enjoying this is because, and hopefully they stay true to their vision, man. If that means the 66 Batman exists, that means Christopher Reeve Superman exists. He's a Superman on one Earth. Henry Cavill Superman is Superman somewhere else. If the multiverse is where every iteration of Batman and Superman and the Justice League or these every show or whatever we've seen exists, that means everybody wins, man. Because all their favorite heroes exist, and it's not. His Batman, it's not Henry Cavill Superman is the main Superman, and he's over Christopher Reeve because people would disagree with who's the better Superman right off the top.
It's Chris Reeve, but like they got two black Superman coming. They got two of them,
of course. And I've done videos on that. They got Val Zod with See, that's the
Michael
thing.
B. Jordan. No
2019?
normie understand this. I don't barely understand it, and I'm a DC guy, and I know the multiverse is good, and is a huge part of DC, and there's parts of it I like it as far as a comic book canon or animated film. But when you're literally going to have a multiverse universe where everything is technically connected. Technically, the Batman is connected to Black Adam through the multiverse. After they come out with that Flash, that's going to canonize everything. Like you said, there's good to it because that means your favorite, the animated series is canonized because it's a different Earth. But that also means it's like, okay, if you're the same person I talked about earlier, the He-Man, you're just a normal Normison.
Right.
Go to work.
Right.
You trying to understand this and trying to make sense of it like you did with Marvel, which was a miracle that you did, that we got so many normal people who do not like comic books, who are not into it like that, to keep up with the canon with Marvel like they did.
Yeah, with
that
MCU,
was a feat. I don't think you should bank on that happening again, especially when you got these different universes. I mean, we'll see.
And that's another reason why, we got to see what goes down with the Flash, man. That movie is going to try to tie a lot of shit together from all different aspects, man. And we just don't know, man, because I've even heard that, fuck, man, they might even step to Linda Carter, man. And she said that she'll even do it. If they want to come to her to show that there's like he's running through the time stream and he just, he can, I don't know if he'll run through her world or run past it and he can look into it or whatever the fuck. And you see, Linda Carter today fucking picking up a car and or whooping somebody or pulling the lasso on somebody. I'd be like, oh shit, there's so much shit that we don't know. But then even with that movie, it's gonna start off on some bullshit. So it's like for everything that we want that might possibly be good, we're already hearing shit about it way before it even comes out as they're filming it. And I just gotta see what the fuck's gonna happen, man. Because I heard that Ben Affleck's gonna be disrespected, and that's gonna be whack just to start off the movie, and he's gonna be look like a fucking chump as the movie starts, man. I don't want to see that, man.
Their delivery we're scared about. They could say they're doing this, and this, but if their delivery is literally nothing more, let's say like and then a Kevin Smith, we're just gonna be keeping. It's gonna keep.
I mean, you sound faded away. I can barely hear you, man.
It sounds, but the thing is, it's the multiverse sounds fantastic. There's a lot of stories in there, but the delivery, that's where the problem lies. Doesn't matter how much money you throw at special effects, if there's no actual character growth or anything of the such that makes you want to see some more.
Yeah, man. I mean, the multiverse in the comic books, you got female Batman, you got male Batmans, you got Batmans of different colors, and some are aliens, some are real bats, like Dracula. It's like in the multiverse you do in comic books, you got different versions of Superman. You got the Red Sun Superman, you have the Russian Superman, you got you have the Injustice Superman, you got all these fucking different versions, and
Mexican Superman.
Yeah, I mean,
that was actually good. That cartoon, the Mexican Superman, it was dope.
Yeah, so
Guys and Monsters.
Yeah, and I mean, so basically that's the same thing for movies and TV. You got Christopher Reeve, you got Henry Cavill, you got Steve Reeves, or no, George Reeves, and
George Reeves,
yeah, you got George Reeves, and you got the '66 Adam West, and you got Linda Carter from the 70-something Wonder Woman. So it's like all that shit can exist, in the multiverse, man. And it's like I want to see it come together, without there being any bullshit. And I heard that a part of that multiverse, guys, and I'm being real, I heard a part of that's going to be the Berlanti-verse, man. All that CW, Greg Berlanti shit is going to be a part of it.
Well, they already crossed it over. Remember?
Right. But I'm saying
Flash has already been on that. Both of them.
Yeah, you're right. At the Flashpoint showed Ezra Miller with
Grant Gustin.
Flash from the Flash. Yeah, what's his name?
Grant Gustin.
Right. And then they also showed Brandon Roof's Return of Superman show up.
Superman, yeah.
Right. So basically, that's letting you know that it's all connected. But what people are not even, if you're looking at this as there's too many this and too many that, well, you also got all that shit over there at the CW to pull into the bigger picture of what all this is going to be
Bruce
about.
Lombardo just blew your mind with a $25 tip.
Yes, please. Bruce Lombardo sent a $25 super chat.
Oh shit! Oh, thank you, Bruce.
If he doesn't want it, Bruce, I'll take it.
Man,
Yeah.
that means a lot, Bruce. Thank you, man. That
check your stream elements to see if you wrote something.
let me
He sends nudes, he usually sends nudes.
While you're doing that, I actually want to piggyback off something else Bruce said. He said, so DC is going to remake Jet Li's. It's Jet Ali. I'm not sure who that is. I guess it's Muhammad Ali and Jet Li combined. But no, Jet Li's the one.
Oh, no.
Actually, what?
Don't say that. Oh.
What they're actually going to remake, though, is Space Jam 2. This multiverse movie is going to be an advertisement for it. Because once you said what you just said, it clicked like, oh, they're going to advertise everything they've ever done with DC. You're going to, and you're going to probably see special editions of Wonder Woman. I think she's going to do it.
And so it brings back all the old properties and makes them all canon. Everything canon. The black and white old TV shows, the serials, everything becomes canon. Everything under the DC film umbrella, whether it's the TV shows, whether they were failed properties. Like even if you looked at the old that Christ on Infinite Earths that came out 2 years ago, if you guys remember the old Birds of Prey TV show that came out about 15, 20 years ago, it only had a season and a half. I have it. It's sitting right next to me in a box, and I own that. And just to see the chick that played the Huntress on that show up as her world was getting destroyed on the Christ on Infinite Earths lets me know that even old failed TV shows from way back then are even considered canon within what was going on with the TV universe and bringing in Ezra Miller and Brandon Rolfe. So basically all that shit, whether it's shows we liked or we didn't like, everything's going to become canon, and they can sit there and make money off of that shit, re-bringing it back. I'm telling you, man, it's a win-win, man, especially if they do it right.
You're kind of talking me into it. I can't lie. You're talking me into it. I'm still worried about it. Just from a talent standpoint. But it sounds like it could be a shit ton of fun if they do it right. If they realize this isn't about Flash and it's about if they make it a love letter to every DC property they come before, it'll be fine. It'll be fine, and it'll probably be one of the better movies to come out next year.
But you guys are forgetting one thing.
I know.
When Dune drops, and it turns out to be something fantastic, it's going to tell all of the other motherfuckers they're doing it wrong.
I'm pulling for Dune. That's something. I'm not even a Dune guy, but I'm like, you know what? I heard, there may be intersectionality. Okay, whatever. It looks like somebody cares. When I look at the trailer, I say, oh, whoever made this movie, they really, really give a fuck. They really put in a lot of work, and I don't always see that, so I'm willing to whatever to go see that. So I'm hoping for Dune. I thought you were going to say, oh, wait, but they're going to fuck it up, right? I'm like, oh, God, tell me this, Steve.
I mean, they, people already said what they were going to say, but again, I have the original collector's edition of Frank Herbert's Dune, the actual, I guess the best version of the old movie is sitting right here in front of me, man. So it's like, I'm there with you. I'm gonna watch that, and I've heard that there's gonna be a gender swap and some other race swap. And
I heard some of that.
But it's like I still got to see it, man. And it's like, again, it's we're not, us three, we're not the hypocrites to be, saying that, hey, we don't like something, or we're gonna go and at least man up and watch the shit, even if we do, even if we gotta brace ourselves to do it. And just take the hit, man. And that, and when we speak about it, we'll be speaking about it from, hey, we watched it and it was a piece of shit, or we watched it and it was good. So you guys, check it out and it was good for this, that, and the other. And we'll even, man, I don't mind. I want to have more of these conversations of talking of why things are good or why things are bad. Is because we took our ass and we sat down somewhere and we watched it, man. So man, I'm with it, man. I agree with you, man.
And I want to make just this point. This is a personal point. And I don't know what everyone else thinks about this, but I'm not somebody who hates these race swaps and these gender swaps for their own sake. Like, oh, they swap someone, so therefore mad. It's because they've shown the precedent with the material they've come out with that when they do these things, they're done writing and they're not going to put the effort in. I'm a diehard Batman fan. If you had a trans lesbian of color Batman, but it was fucking done well, I'm a champion the shit out of it. I wouldn't give a fuck what is pronouns they, but it's this well written, crafted, like fucking artisan.
I gotta get my bat bra.
If they had a trans woman of color, Brucette Wayne, and it was this really good fucking movie, I'm gonna rock with it. The problem is they've shown the precedent is once they do that, they're just done. And we talked about how the troll advertising where they're trying to make us mad. That's obvious. They are definitely trying to make people mad for publicity. But if they wanted to actually do it well, I'm gonna rock with it. So if they do race swaps and stuff like that, but they actually have a good fucking story to tell, I'm gonna give it a chance. So, yeah.
I agree, man. Shit, yeah, man, and that's the thing. It's I
don't trust him to do it though.
No, yeah, I mean,
He's like, here you go. No.
I want them to prove me wrong so fucking bad. You just don't understand.
And you know what, man? The thing is, there's some folks in Hollywood, man. Everybody's, we're seeing the worst of them, but everybody's not, a bad guy over there. You got a lot of good guys working in a scummy fucking industry.
Yep.
And there's people that want to actually do right by these properties and put out good shit. And right now, dude, they're being overtaken by the garbage. And I keep hearing them stories about how good scripts are being tossed out. I'm talking about real good, proper shit is fucking being chunked to the side just for a bunch of all the shit that we don't like, man, for all the woke shit and gender swapping and race swap, just everything, man. So it's like it's hard, man. It's hard. It's going to be hard for us to get the good shit when there's going to be a lot of other factors that are going to come before the story. Yep. What's between your legs? What's this? And what skin color you have? Are you going to be toxic? Are you not? It's like fuck, man. So now we got to deal with all this shit going into damn near everything that we watch. And it's fucked up, man. We got to live that way, but I'm bracing myself, man.
I'm sorry, Mike. What was that? It's great stream, except I'm distracted by Call of Duty. Please ask Steven to level up to Karen Commando level. So after fuck off, dude.
We love you, Mike.
Visual diarrhea. I'm able to do two things at once. When are they going to race swap Mexican Iron Man for Norwegian Iron Chef?
My man, Bruce.
Yeah, Bruce Lombardo says Amy Schumer, Batman, Julia Louis Dreyfus is Alfred, Idris Elba's at Gay, Robin checks all the boxes because fuck it, right? No, I'm not going that far. I'm just saying, like, because I do think we get into the thing like, oh no, this person's not the same race. And it's like, yo, we haven't even fucking seen it. And like, we haven't even heard details and shit. I get if you hear, like I talked about the He-Man, I saw it coming a mile away. I didn't check it out, but I also didn't make videos on it, whatever. But okay. But if they were genuine, if they genuinely wanted to make a good story, right, I wouldn't care so much about the race swaps. But the fact is, when they race and gender swap things, they usually don't do anything else. Batwoman is prime example, and I said it on the channel. I said, "Hey, what is the Javisha Leslie, who is actually thicker than a fucking Snicker?" I said, "Hey, you know that they hired you. If you care about your career, you will get your agent to look over the script and make sure they give you a good script, because they're done. After they hired you, they were done with writing. They were done with everything, and that came to pass. So it's like that's the issue. That's the core issue, is that they don't do good work. They use all this stuff as excuses, and then to piggyback off what Steve said earlier with the He-Man, they definitely use it as a reverse marketing. And it works. It does work.
You know what? We're making great points. It's honestly great, but it's just at this point, I'd rather be reviewing my favorite porno for 10 minutes and uploading a video without showing anything and being like, "There's your content."
Just review things
that
you
makes
like.
me laugh. Yeah, okay.
Or you know what? Do it. Review. That's something to do. Review your favorite porno. I mean, that's not something I'm gonna do because I'm not. I mean, I watch porn, but I hate porn at the same time.
Who did it better, this porn or this hentai? Coming soon.
You know what? Maybe review the fucking. I never saw it, but one of the Axel Braun parodies.
I think people have already done that.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
But I'm like, because if other people did it, fuck them. You could do it too. Coke didn't stop Pepsi, and neither one of those stopped RC. Just make another one.
Yeah, but you see what we're doing now? I would rather just do that and talk about like Buckaroo Banzai or our favorite movie, just something that's chill where we're not getting angst about people that get fucked around, because then it brings down the whole fucking tone of everything. And a lot of us have come to YouTube. Like a lot of the people that watch us, that we share the same viewership. Like you see how we're interacting, we're giving points, we're not sounding angry, we make our little sly jokes here or there. They come to have that experience without feeling like not being ignored, but they're not also feeling like they're hearing us just dump our fucking bullshit, and their ears are just there to be the toilet. And I think we're taking advantage of chat sometimes when we do that. I'm not saying like us in general. It means a generalization. We have the ability to not just share the criticisms, but we also have the ability to the showcase. And I don't think we're doing enough showcasing. Like I said, like Beastars season 2, it was fantastic. I know a lot of people go, "Oh, you're furry." No, it was a great high school story with a murder. And actually, if you get past the character models, it was great. Trigun, that's another fantastic thing we don't talk about anymore.
That's what I was saying earlier.
Bash. God damn, I love that.
Basher Stampede, he's one of my favorite characters ever.
Same here.
He's it's a great allegorical character, right? For someone who has so much of a bad reputation, a reluctant hero who has this reputation that precedes him. That's all bullshit, but that's the rep. But you know what? I would say this conversation has not been that. This is, as we're doing this, I'm like, yeah, this show, this is the exact type of show I wanted to do, because we're not like, we didn't just say Kevin Smith bad for an hour. We asked introspective questions. We asked what we did. I talked about other good material that we both of us brought up the point we need to champion more material.
Right.
I think we had probably the best conversation on YouTube about Kevin Smith, period. And I'm not just saying it because I'm on the panel, because we didn't just go Kevin Smith bad and that's it. We asked some actual real questions.
Bullshit.
No, I promise you, dude. What you just said about hold on. The reason I say that is because what you just said about feeling dreary in the chat and feeling down, that's what I've gotten from every other conversation about this thing. Oh my God. And we did it. We just did it differently. We just provided everybody in the chat differently. The reason, shout out to Bruce Lombardo, and we appreciate anyone supporting 24/7 and supporting this show. The reason he felt like he said, "I'm going to give you an hour's wage," that's what he just said in the chat, is because we provided something different. It's because we looked at other angles. And we talked about the positive. Fucking 24 just taught me into the multiverse. I'm like, I don't know. He just said, well, there's this. They can do anything. And he taught me into it. I don't think we're being, I get, and it's good that you're worried about being, they call you a grifter. You're anything but you're worried about that kind of energy. I don't think we're coming with that energy. I think we're really breaking this shit down.
Hold on. 24, you gotta blow me up quickly. You gotta blow me up. I gotta switch.
All right.
Okay.
Send me
blow that shit up.
Just blow me up. Hold on.
You gotta click on his. Oh yeah, you don't. Jeez. You click on his. It's like the 3 dots next to his icon, and it should be.
Or just the big window.
Or just the big window.
Yeah, on the bottom.
Big window will just be. Oh boy.
Oh. Big window.
Oh.
Now you see on my window it has a little cube on the top left, right? Click on that.
Yeah. That's what it is. In the top. There we go. We got it.
You ready? Master Grift. Don't steal content without it. Yeah. Fat Steven approved, motherfucker.
There you go.
Oh shit! No, back to this one. I can't look. They peed in my Wheaties.
Yeah. All right, you can switch us back.
Yeah, I'm too ugly looking at that.
But I don't think this. It's so funny. You're like so concerned about being legitimate, and I appreciate it because I think this is This has been a fun stream. I think
Vigilante, that's the thing, though. Anyone can clip something now and twist it. Let's get rewriting Rippy that people have forgotten so easily about. Anyone can twist a clip and make it sound like something else. So you know what? When I try to ask a question, I try to ask it from the most Libra point of view I can, the balance scales thing. Because you know what? I prefer talking to you guys. It's therapeutic to me. I like talking to people in the panel. I wish more people would show up. We just talk about random things. And it's so hard trying to get an audience to come when they're all fucking, like, just in general, like the way we have now, it's great. But they're all focused on the reality hate clicks. Yeah, it's not even, and some people actually have a format where they're sharing funny stories and great this, but it all comes down to the same 5 topics. And it's always the same 5 point of views, and it doesn't seem like we're not diversity, but we're not undiluting the pool of point of view, opinion, bias, and aspect.
You know what part of it I think might be, and this is something for everybody in the chat. Make sure you're watching non-Fandom Menace content on YouTube, so the algorithm pushes you to other stuff. Because when I look at my I'm at my fucking homepage, there's a bunch of different stuff of which this is a part of, but it's not the only thing. And there was a point when I just like, man, I got so into it that all I could see, was, especially with that Gina Carano thing, and that's what really pushed me. Because I'm like, y'all are gonna turn her heel for me because I just see it all the time.
The way of what happened to her, it takes the importance away of her.
Yeah,
and it's like, if we have let's part this. If a martyr is abused to the point where it's no longer a martyr, then what was the point of the sacrifice?
Yeah, that's why when people say, "Oh, she should go back," I'm like, well, what did you want for this?
Shit.
And it's so. I mean, I get it. Where you can echo chamber yourself. That's why when that Gina Carano thing, and I'm like, man, if I don't start watching other shit, I just start. That's like I got into Tetris, I got into retro game, and I got into other shit. Right. I watch basketball, like not necessarily the NBA, but there's all these basketball YouTubers who do good content, and just I got.
Okay.
Huh? To LeBron. Oh no! Shout out to Devontae Friga and Chris. What's his name? Chris Steve. No.
Guy.
And shout out Fast Steven. Shout out to Anthony Hamilton Jr. This dunker. Just shout out to everybody else. Dexter Crutchfield. These are all basketball
shout
YouTubers.
Out to Bruce Lombardo for religiously every Saturday doing hours upon hours with his friends, fucking Pathfinder, and just being nerds. Shout out to fucking Bruce. Shout out to Nick sharing his favorite food, his metal, his ideas, and views on comics and movies, and not punching certain people on the panel because they make too many fat jokes.
Shout out to Nick. You know, another thing Nick has been doing, what we've been talking about. Every week he talks about a classic movie. Classic movie every week.
Pat S, man, you better tell me what's in that locker, bro, when you get it, man. All you'll hear from me is dibs, 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 dibs. Yeah, but that's it. Like, you guys are both good guys. And I feel like the Oreo filling in between 2 Oreos into 2 Krispy Kremes, though. That's just weird.
Kind of like I'm because we're both like, because I'm a lighter guy.
More like a Joe Louis, right? More like a Joe Louis.
Patrice.
Patrice. Yeah, I'm not as dark as Patrice O'Neal.
No, he was saying that he watched old clips of Patrice O'Neal.
Oh yeah.
And The Wire.
Yep.
Like a crazy person. All my recommendations are that and a bald guy cooking stuff in New York City.
Yeah. I mean, you got to make sure you don't echo chamber yourself. You got to watch other stuff.
Or if people take it as preachy, that even bothers me more. I'm like, no. You can still be. It's like politics. I'm not even talking about politics. You can like views on both sides of a coin, and still not have to deal with either of them. It's the same thing with movies. You can like certain parts of a movie, but it doesn't mean you have to enjoy the full fucking movie. It's the same thing, but it's just the application of getting between this or that. And I hope people are happy. That's all I want people to be, is happy.
Yeah, and I just wanted to recommend something. Bruce Lombardo, and actually a few weeks ago we talked about G.I. Joe and the new Snake Eyes, and apparently it's not good. Don't worry about that, because the one thing I knew about it, I've watched it before, but I really sat and watched the G.I. Joe. Hasbro's channel has been playing all the classic G.I. Joes for like a year and a half.
Right.
Yeah. And so, like, if you just want to watch good G.I. Joe, not to paraphrase whatever the geek who was in that Kevin Smith thing, but you do have all the old material. Sometimes it's good to say, you're right. Watch the old stuff.
I'm going to drop a small bomb on you from what I've heard as rumor and fact, is that you know how Snake Eyes was changed?
Yeah.
Supposedly, Hama himself wanted him to always be like that. And that's a rumor I've heard. That Hama actually, the only reason why Snake Eyes ended up the way he was with all this backstory was because of the way, I'm guessing, the companies pushed him. But at all honest fact, he technically wanted Snake Eyes to be like he is in the movie. And I'm not trying to say you're wrong, anyone's wrong, but that's the rumor I heard. And if it is a person who actually is in connection and communication with Larry, that's also why he's kind of radio silent with interviews and stuff, because he's maybe tired of the criticism and the bullshit of everyone coming after him about the lore, when technically the whole lore was supposed to be what the movie actually is being said.
That's an interesting take. And I still kind of had interest in seeing Snake Eyes. I still might check out Snake Eyes. I just, time. But I do plan, and I kind of, some people say, I didn't expect it to be that good. I just want to see people get kicked in the head. That's it. I just want to see people get kicked in the head for an hour and a half. If they can do that, it'll be cool. So I might end up checking it out. Because the other G.I. Joe movies were such fucking cinematic classics. Come on.
Right. Well, I mean, out of the first two, I'm not gonna lie, the one with The Rock and Bruce Willis, I enjoyed that one better than the first one, man. Just being real, man. It was just, they were just fucking gunning people down, and felt more of a G.I. Joe movie than the first one did. But see, the first movie had had more of the classic characters. I don't know, man. It was kind of like, fuck, if they could have, stuck the Baroness and a couple other folks in the second movie, it would have been. I think it'd have been a little bit better, man. But I enjoyed the second one with The Rock, man, more than I did the first one.
Yeah. Oh, and Pat S, you're not lying. I've been hitting up the fucking thrift stores, and I streamed about. I kind of stole your Gimme 24. I showed my pickups from the Goodwill and all the DVDs I just got.
Oh shit! Damn,
got a lot of cool stuff.
When you do that?
I think it was Saturday. I streamed Saturday and Sunday. I believe Saturday. No, wait. I think it was Saturday. It was Saturday. I did it on Saturday to open up. I showed a lot of stuff. I have I had to put on the mask and everything to get on camera.
I would have joined you and been busting some shit out with you, man.
Yeah, man. I've been picking up, the thrift stores and the.
I wish I'd have seen that shit. That's all I do, man. I be hitting these pawn shops out here in Houston. Oh man, they have deals. They have like 10 DVDs for $5. I'm in there fucking cleaning up, man. It's like I sit there and spend $20 and still have money to go take care of bills and everything else, man. It's like it doesn't cost a whole lot. Yeah, to get a whole lot in return. I mean, you go in there and see you go in there and see like CDs for $0.25. So you see all these brand new fucking CDs and shit. I was like, fuck, I'm in there. Records for $1. Oh man,
that's where it got, because I ended up going to a record store. I got records, and I'm trying to get back into making music using samples and stuff.
And actually, it's crazy because right here in the Heights, before you go into downtown, they have like this tea shop that when you go in to buy tea, they have all this tea. They have they sell records in there. So and all their records are going for $1. So you can go in there, buy a record, get some tea, and it's like fuck, it's some good shit, man. So
it was made for me. I'm a tea guy.
And I'll be hosting.
Wait till you get out here, man.
Yeah, I gotta get out there.
Time Kings next week. Then I'm gonna claim this and just do what he's did, except I'm gonna take the show instead of the DVDs. How's that?
Yeah, hey, burn it on DVD. Burn this on DVD just in case YouTube edits it.
If you have it on 8-track, goddamn you.
8-track Laserdisc? Because
What's that?
YouTube might alter it and change me into a
Don't
fat
forget
black
to
guy.
buy the Primetime Kings hip clips.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, I remember the hip clips.
It only plays on Zoom though.
Shit. Dude, you remember when Zoom, that was Microsoft shit, right?
It was
Oh.
it was called the
Yeah, man.
iFail.
Man.
Said Pat S says, don't forget to check your Craigslist in your town. Got 87 pocket cars for $100, and they're beautiful and worth $2K easy. Oh
Ooh.
shit!
Yeah. You got to check out. Yeah. Everybody, not only should you be getting physical media, check, the Craigslist, the
Right,
everything, the thrift shops,
right.
the pawn shops, let go wherever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and even if you don't have like a pawn shop stuff like that, go to your
Flea markets,
your
whatever.
half price bookstores.
Yep.
I heard even Barnes and Noble starting to carry some new shit. So I mean,
sometimes the dollar store might have a DVD or something.
oh, you know what? Actually, if you go into if you have the Dollar Tree, they have Dollar Trees around America. If you have a Dollar Tree, you can go in there and find Blu-rays. Sometimes you'll find seasons of shows. Going in there, and I've picked up quite a few things in there. And I mean, of course, a lot of it'll be movies that you wouldn't even expect to be in there. So it'll be a lot of shit that goes straight to DVD, and it'll be a lot of shit that maybe a store just didn't want anymore, and they just try to push it out, and probably it's a whole bunch of it. And what they do is they basically cut like a wholesale deal with someone just to get that shit off their hands. All right, you want this shit, man? Just give me so and so, and here you can have all these motherfuckers. And then they end up bringing it into the dollar store and selling it to all of us.
Village, you're forgetting also Value Village and stuff like Salvation Army and thrift stores.
Yeah.
Thrift stores, just Salvation Army, whichever one's local to you guys.
Yep, Goodwill, Salvation Army. You got your swap meets, your flea markets. Yo, hit them shits up too, because you got people you wouldn't even know have so much shit. You just got to go in there and put your eyes on it, and and see what it is, man. You always got to see for yourself. So, yeah, man, that's exactly what I do, man. Look at this dude, Dead Ops. Yeah, man. I mean, I got some shit, man. I can't wait till I start unboxing some shit. Hopefully, Wednesday, Thursday, or the weekend, whenever Vigilante get me on this channel to unbox.
Oh man, this weekend.
All right,
because I'll probably make another trip after I make a trip. Hunting for media. We can do something this weekend.
Let's do it. Man, I'm down.
I need you guys, if you want to come on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, because I know Keith is going to join me, and We Got This Buttered is going to be doing a reaction to Kevin Smith's podcast that happened on the weekend. So you took the one of the working names and just went with it?
Yeah.
Well,
dope. I have Culture.
I got to find it here for you. Where is it?
I got Culture Crime Fighters Wednesday, so I can't make it because it starts and it may start later if we can get the fucking guest that I want.
I'll
but
share
there's no
this.
guarantees.
There we go.
That's so dope that you use that name. Yeah, so dope. I'm proud of you, Steve. I'm proud of you.
You can share that, but you can see that 24.
Shit.
Yeah, share it. So that's what we got this buttered. So the origin, we were coming up with name. Oh, what's that? About to show some of the pickups. Oh, golly.
Did you see how many of these motherfuckers are in there?
I'll take all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is fucking the original Teen Titans, man, and a bunch of other shit in here, man, that I'm gonna have to break open. So
but hey, share what Steven, you should be able to click in.
I want to see that. There we go.
That's dope. Yes, we got this buttered. So the origin of We Got This Buttered is before we came up with Primetime Kings. I said, it's like a poison pill. Like, we got to come up with a name. Let's just call it We Got This Buttered. Like, we got this covered. And then Steve, being the genius marketer he is, he said, fuck it, I'm going to run with it. So dope. And check out We Got This Buttered. That's dope. I know, like I said, it's probably going to run the same time. Culture Crime Fighters. You can have two windows open.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
go
You
back
can,
and forth.
you can be looking at your phone and looking at your computer. Shit, let's make it happen.
So that's dope. That's dope. And the pop culture minefield.
Yeah,
dope.
my man. Yup, my boy Keith. Yeah, man.
I've streamed with him once.
Keith and Gary. Yup.
So yeah.
Hey, matter of fact, now that I just, Steve, man, you got to give me some info on Gary, man. I got a couple comic books I want to send his way, man. Help him build back his collection.
Comic books. Fuck that guy. Give him my comics.
Yeah, I got some for you too, man. But I know I wanted to throw something at him so he can start his collection back over, man.
What happened to his collection?
There was a fire.
He lost everything, bro, in the house fire.
That was his work, his actual written work.
Yeah, so basically, all his equipment, his whole comic book collection, everything just went up, man. Very unfortunate, man. Those are great guys, man. See something like that happen to him. It's yeah, but I definitely want to throw some books his way. I want to know what he collects, man, and I got a bunch of shit here that I want to help him start back, his collection somehow, man. Can't help with a lot of things, but I know would at least want to toss him something so he, so if you can help me with an address or something, man, and
I need to get it,
help me get a word with him, man. I definitely want to help out with that, man. Help him toss some books his way, man. Help him build his collection back. That's the least I can do. That's what I have in my possession to help with, man. When I heard him talk about how he lost his comic book collection, I was like, fuck. Hopefully I got a couple books here that he collects and I'll shoot them to him. I don't want shit, just on the strength of, man, just want to help out, man.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, man.
How long? When did that happen? Was that recent?
Yeah, within the last week or two, man.
Oh,
yeah, it's pretty. He seems to be taking it pretty, handling pretty well. But I know a lot of shit he can't even replace, man. So it's I know it's fucked, man. So I want to help out somehow, man. So if you can toss me some titles, man, it'll definitely help me, man. And there's a way I can talk to him. I definitely would want to get a word in with him, man. See how he's doing.
Yeah, the Martha Stewart comic book. Get Martha Stewart cooking books, and he'll find that hilarious.
Yeah, that's just kind of been stuck on my mind with him, man. It's, I got some books, man. I want to toss his way, man. Yo, Vigilante, check this out.
Oh, you just froze. Oh, you got 2 copies of the same book. What Justice League is that? I gotta.
It's
Could you maximize yourself so we can see it?
Yeah, it's issue 53, man.
Okay. Hey.
Yeah, just.
Wow.
Didn't even know it, man. I was like, fuck, I bought this shit twice.
Yeah.
But it's good, man. It's cool. It's like issue 53. Man, I just scooped up Justice League issue 28.
Like this is like the original run, issue 28, issue 53.
Yeah, it's like this is 52, and I picked up 28. So just imagine how hard or how easy would it be to get issue 1. 27 issues down, bro. 27 issues away. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what'll happen to cross that make that something like that possible, man. I don't know, man. But it's just good to know I can actually get close to that issue 28 will be the closest that I have to issue 1, man. So at least in that, that's to let you know this is just a couple dollars, man. This ain't no $30-$40, not even 20. You know what I'm saying? Not even 15. So just to know that you can get good comics, it wasn't even 10. So just imagine under $10, end up getting something like that. When you guys see the condition, you're gonna be like, "Oh shit, it's possible, man." A bigger and better deal is always out there for you, man. You just gotta look for it, man. But just fuck issue 28. I can't wait. That should be here in 5 days, man. Boy, I can't wait to get that motherfucker. I want to unbox that shit and show y'all, man. For real, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
dope.
Shit. Let me get off of this and but it's 8:07. Yeah. I know it's about time for us to wrap it up. I just wanted to personally say thank you to everybody in the chat, all the people that have come in, gave a comment, a remark, watching this from the moment that we started. People that have been supporting us since we started last week. This is our second episode, and we're going to be going into the future, man. We're going to try to build this up and have more discussions. Whether it's things that bother us or things that we love. We're going to mix it up. We're going to try to talk about a lot of different things that you don't hear a lot of conversation of. Sometimes you might talk about some of the same things because it's just something that we got to get out of our systems and hash out. But hey, we're going to be coming with a lot of different things, and we're all trying to build our channels and do this thing together. And look, none of this could be possible without the great people in our chats and people that support us. And I just want to thank all of them, and I want to thank you, Vigilante. I want to thank you, Steve, man. This show couldn't have been possible without you two. And I'm thankful for everyone, man, and everything that's going on, man. And sky's the limit for all of us, man. And the folks in the chat, man, sky's the limit for y'all too. A lot of you guys have channels, and please subscribe to Nick Weiser. Please subscribe to Bruce Lombardo.
Bruce Lombardo.
Fuck yeah, and the Wake Down.
Wake Down, yeah.
Yep.
Anyone else?
Maz Mama Bear, Mexican Iron Man.
Yes.
Fuck, man. There's a lot of people out there with a lot of great channels, man. And I'm thankful for all of you guys. And please, man, sub to them because, they're trying to grow just like us. And, we all love the same things. We love some things more than others. But, we're all in it together. We're all friends here. And I consider us being a family of friends. That's what we are. And, all of us don't always get along. But you know what? We can all respect one another and, keep pushing and doing what we do. And, we're all doing great things. We just need some time and just the energy to put it out. And sky's the limit for all of us, man. And none of us could have gotten here without y'all. So these fellas, plug your channels. And and I love y'all, man.
And real quick, not to toot our own horn. If you can fucking find a better conversation about the Kevin Smith situation than this, show me. Because I think, and I'm not saying it just because I was on the panel, it's been so dreary and predictable, and I think we had the most well-rounded, well-thought-out conversation on it. So if you can find a better one, let me know so I can watch it, because I don't think it exists. And that's what you're going to get. That's why you need to come back. This is the second week. Come back next week. We're not everybody else. That's the whole reason I wanted to do this. I did not want to just do another stream where we could do the same thing everybody else. This is you see our perspective. We're trying to think about this stuff a lot differently, and we have a lot more to say. And then we're going to take some of our own advice. We're going to show some of the positive too. We're going to talk about the old stuff we pick up or whatever it is. So please come back next week because it's a really good show, and I had a lot of fun. Thank you, Steve. Thank you.
They only needed me because they needed a token white guy.
No, bro, you made the show. You're the one coming. You're asking the questions that need to be fucking asked before, because you do not want to live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And the only way to guard against that is asking these damn questions, whether they're comfortable or not. So I thank you for asking it. Thank you for thinking outside the box. Thank you for shaping it to what it was. I mean that, man. I really mean that.
Yeah, it's just real important, Steve, man. So
I don't get me those compliments is thrown.
Yeah, man. Like I say, man, what you say is real important, man. So I appreciate you. Yeah, man. You kicked it off, man. And like I say, man, you guys, Vigilante, Fat Steven, man, they got some fucking heads on their shoulders, man. And boy, that's like I say, man. It's an honor, man, to be on this panel with him. And it's even more of an honor to be able to do this in front of all y'all and for y'all and with y'all, man. Everybody on the panel, everybody in the chat. Fuck, man. Can't give, everybody enough props, man, because you guys deserve it to the utmost, man. Vigilante's awesome. Steve's awesome. And the chat is fucking lit, man, on fire. And you guys kick ass, man. So if you gentlemen can just do me one favor before we close it out. Can you guys plug in your channels and please let us know what you guys are doing, for the rest of the week? That way, everybody can go and, support.
Well, there's the comic book roundtable tomorrow.
That's right.
Yeah. And actually, I
usually do a gaming stream, but
Was that Vigilante?
I'm I'm planning on being on that because I know I said, I
There you
talked about
go.
it off stream. Yeah.
All right,
So yeah,
so-
I guess we're both going to be doing that. And then I got Culture Crime Fires Wednesday, and Fast Steven has We Got This Buttered Wednesday.
Yep.
And then obviously Thursday and Friday, you need 24. He
Yep,
does
I'll
his
be,
pre-show
I'll be-
for the he does his
Yeah,
Thursday
on
stream.
Thursday, I'll be streaming for a few hours on Thursday, probably from 4 to 7 or 4 to 8. Right around that time, I'll be streaming for a few hours, showing a few things, and hopefully, if somebody's free and available, I'll be and they want to come jump on and show me a few things. If anybody has a comic book collection or anything they want to show off a couple books, hey man, DM me, and I'd love to have someone on, man, and we can show off our books, man, and trade off stories, man, and all that fun stuff. So you guys come, check me out on Thursday, and on Friday I'll be doing the pre-show show, and that's what I do, about 2.5 hours before Friday Night Tights. I come on and show off some comics, talk pop culture, and basically try to entertain as many people as possible before the big show starts, because I love that show too. So when it starts, I wind it down, get off, and go and enjoy FNT with everyone else. So yeah, man, I'll be doing this, dropping videos. I know Fast Steven and Vigilante Williamson, they drop little videos here and there throughout the week. So I'll be doing the same, trying to plug in my thoughts and of whatever the topic is, and yeah, just trying to provide y'all with the best that we have, and there'll be more of that to come, for the future. So man, I'm fucking excited as fuck, man. I hate that we have to shut it down, but I'm glad that we were able to come together and talk tonight. And I want to thank everyone for being here, and thank these two gentlemen on the panel, man. They're awesome, and everybody in the chat's awesome. And fuck, man, this is a dream come true for me, man, for real. In case you guys don't know, I've been trying to set this up for months, man, and just the fact that we can have Fast Steven and Vigilante Williamson here, man, together, and we're all doing this, man, in unison, dog, together is, dog, it means everything to me, man. So just want to thank you guys. I want to thank everyone in the chat. Man, you guys go get something to eat, go get something to drink, stretch your legs, get your dick sucked, get some pussy. You know what I'm talking about. Do what you got to do, man. Spend time with family. Do shit, do what you got to do. But enjoy your night, man, and know that we love you, man, and have fun, man. I had to throw that in there, make y'all laugh and bug out real quick. But yeah, man, do whatever fuck you got to do. Smoke one, drink something, whatever, man. Just enjoy yourselves, and we'll be looking forward to seeing y'all tomorrow. All three of us will be there for the comic book roundtable. I'm not sure whose channel it'll be on. Whose channel will it be on?
Loki's. Loki's.
Oh, it'll be on Stowe Loki's channel. So everybody go to Loki's Mornings of Mischief and catch us all there tomorrow. It'll be 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific, if I'm not mistaken, if I got my times right. And yeah, we'll be looking forward to seeing y'all tomorrow. So everybody take care, enjoy yourselves, and you all have a good night.
Peace.
Peace.
Where am I?